What's up, guys? It's Ryan here from Hillia Adventures. Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a little DIY video for you all. A few months back I made some slot channel nuts custom for my slot channel Yakima roof rack on my camper shell. I made these out of just some simple steel, 1 inch wide by 3/8 of an inch thick, easily picked up at Home Depot. Take a look at the video. Definitely measure your slot channels so you can measure to the right size. Mine, I needed to cut to 3/4 of an inch wide so that they fit in my channel, but if you're running a different channel, make sure you're doing your own measurements first. This is a really basic project. I picked up a tap from Harbor Freight Tools, which made it really easy. Took some time, but it was a lot of fun. So take a look. If you have any questions, definitely put it in the comments and I can support, and check the description for anything you might need. I'll put some links down there for where I got tools, where I got parts, etc. Enjoy. Alright guys, so here I am measuring out my piece of steel. It is 1 inch wide and 3/8 of an inch thick, and I am measuring out 3/4 of an inch lengths. I'm going to need 8 total of these, and so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm using an angle grinder here to cut these. I'm sure you could use a hacksaw if that's all you had and you had a lot of patience and precision. The angle grinder definitely makes this a lot easier. There's one, 7 to go. Doing a little test fit right now before I drill any holes and move on to make sure they're going to work in my slot channels. I'd hate to do extra work and find out later that they didn't fit. Looking good. Alright guys, I am going to find the center point. So I'm just going to draw an X across each one of these to find the center point to know where I need to drill my hole. And then I'm going to grab my center punch right in the center of the X there. Just going to get a little dent punched in here so I have a spot for my drill bit to sit so that drill bit doesn't start walking when I start drilling. Definitely going to use some lubricant. I'm working with metal here. It's going to help both my bit and the drilling process. I'm using a little 1/8 bit here before I drill my bigger hole, so just a little pilot hole to get me started. Key is to take it slow here, avoid as many mistakes as possible. I am going to be using the drill press for the next step here. I'm going to be drilling my hole for my tap. I am drilling in, or excuse me, I'm going to be tapping in a 1/4 inch hole. So this is going to be a 13/64 inch hole that I'm going to be drilling. Depending on the size of tap that you're using, you can look online to see what size hole to drill. I'm using the press here to make a nice straight hole versus a drill. You could still use a drill if you're careful. And now to tapping in the threads. I'm going to put these back in my vise. And again, I'm going to be using I'm going to be tapping in a 1/4 inch thread. I have 1/4 inch mounting bolts that I'll be using on my roof rack. It is a little hand tap. Key here is just to take it slow, make sure it's straight, and make sure it is well lubricated. With the tap, you want to go in until you get a good amount of resistance and back off about a 1/4 turn. So a lot of metal shavings in there that get in the way, and so you just have to clear the path. About a half turn forward, quarter turn back. Patience is key here. Got all 8 tapped out, cleaned up. They're looking beautiful. Didn't show it, but I got them painted. They fit in perfectly. Woohoo! Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it helped. I hope you're able to do this yourself. It was a lot of fun for a pretty simple project. It was my first time using a tap, putting some threads and stuff. So it was cool to learn something new and have it all work out. So let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Love y'all.